ladies and gentlemen, this is John Ciet. The word is commitment. See, commitment, I believe, is not really just a word. It's not something that we say, but it's rather something that we do. Commitment is action. Let me just share with you this quick story. So there were a group of women who would get together every month, kind of this social club, and they would endeavor to get somebody who was exceptional at whatever it is that they did to come and perform for the group. Well, this one particular meeting, they had a piano virtuoso come and play for about 30 to 45 minutes, just several pieces. And she played beautifully. Well, at the end of her performance, after the applause, one of the women in the social club said to the piano virtuoso, I would give anything to play the piano the way that you do. And the piano virtuoso looked at her and said, no, you wouldn't. And the woman in the crowd said, no, I really would. And the piano virtuoso said, no, you wouldn't. Now, look, don't be offended, but the truth is you wouldn't. Because if you were willing to do that, if you were willing to play the piano like I play it, you would have already done it. And I think that story is very telling because it speaks to what I just said when we introed this conversation, which is, see, commitment isn't just words. Commitment is action. So what are you really committed to? See, when things are easy, it's so easy to talk about what we're committed to. It's so much easier to get through our day. But it's when things get challenging that it's difficult to keep our commitments. Nelson Mandela was thrown into prison in 1963 for his position against apartheid, against a system that really built in racism and privilege for those who were white versus those who were black. And of course, like millions of people, he was opposed to it. Well, because of his opposition and because of laws within his country, he was actually imprisoned as a result of that position. And spending 24 years in prison, he was approached at one point and given an opportunity to be let out of prison. He was going to be granted clemency if he would simply renounce his opposition to apartheid. Well, his official response was, what freedom am I being given to go back into a society where there is state-supported racism, where there's state-supported separation of races? He said, no, thank you. I will stay in prison. And I believe for another 4 years, Nelson Mandela remained in prison with not knowing how much longer he was going to have to spend. He said, no, thank you. I'm committed to what it is that I believe in. And as a result, he stayed in prison for another 3 or 4 years. Look, ladies and gentlemen, my question for you is, what are you truly committed to? See, your commitments aren't what you say they are, they're what you do. Give these things some thought, and as usual, I'll see you at the top.